So I'll give you guys an example of how I found victim consciousness was still hanging around. And ultimately, like, it is still hanging around, but I found a new layer of it. So, like a month ago, I've been having problems with the tires on my van. 2 separate vans, actually. I keep getting like a slow leak tire. In the last couple of years, I've bought like 4 or 5 tires just to replace these tires on my old kid van. And it keeps being, it's like different vans, different tires. So there's something going on there. Anyways, so it keeps happening. My husband was dealing with it the whole time. He would fill up the tires, replace the tires, whatever. So a couple months ago, I got another slow leak tire. And he like wasn't filling up the tire for me. And I kept asking him to do it. And I started to find myself like so resentful and frustrated when he would leave for work in the morning and hadn't filled up my tire. I literally felt abandoned. I was like running all these stories like, how could he do this to me and the kids? Like, how could he let us drive around like this? It's like a whole story I was making up. And I mentioned to him like, hey, why aren't you filling up my tire? And I was like crying. Like I was just like losing it over this. I felt so abandoned and so untaken care of by my husband, who like totally takes care of me all the time, by the way. And he was like, fill it up yourself, like use the air compressor. And so he showed me how to do it once. And then like another time I had to do it. He wasn't here. I had to like get my neighbor friend to help me make sure I knew what I was doing because I didn't exactly know. I filled it up. I was so proud of myself. I finally had figured out how to use his little air compressor. I finally got myself organized with my 4 kids that I needed to get in the car 5 minutes early so I could fill up this tire before we went anywhere. And this whole time my husband is like, just go get a new tire. And I'm like, I can't bring my 4 kids to the tire place. Like, that's too overwhelming. So anyways, then he takes the air compressor to work. And I come out one day and we're like late to go to swim class and the air compressor's not there. And I'm just like in tears. Like, what am I supposed to do now? Like, why didn't you think of us? And he's like, just go use the other air compressor over at Grandpa's place, which is like 30 feet away from me. So I get over there and it's like a whole new system. I can't figure it out. I'm so frustrated. I'm crying. Like the whole thing comes up again. And finally, like after this whole experience, I'm like, what is going on with me? Like, why am I so upset about the tire? And why am I putting this on my husband? And I realized like, oh my God, this is victim consciousness. I feel like a victim, like I don't know how to do these things and I need somebody outside of me to do it for me because I can't. So I dug deeper. Why can't I? Well, I was never taught how. I had a shitty dad. He didn't teach me all this stuff. And that hits a chord with me. It's like, I was forgotten. I was abandoned, right? It's like that same feeling that was coming up with my husband, but it's really connected to my dad. So I went to my husband and I was like, hey, I'm sorry. I'm freaking out about the tire. And he was like, I know you are. He's like, what are you going to do? I was like, can you teach me how to like use all this equipment, fill up the tires, like use both compressors, whatever. And I'm going to schedule myself an appointment to go get a new tire. So I finally mastered filling up my tires. I was so proud of myself. I learned a new skill. I got my kids to the tire place. We walked to the store. We learned how to cross the street. It was a whole experience. Everything was fine. I didn't freak out at any point. So this is just an example of how I use my life and everything that I'm resisting or that's coming up that's creating a trigger for me as almost like a portal into healing. So this thing was happening. It was going on for a couple weeks before I was able to draw in and say, what is the belief system I'm holding that's causing me to have this huge reaction over something that's like actually quite simple? So I found the belief system. I found the wound. I addressed the wound. I solved the problem by teaching myself how to do it and getting myself a new tire, taking responsibility and ownership into the whole thing. This is how we heal. It's not going to some teacher who's going to give you some piece of knowledge that is going to heal your whole life. Those pieces of knowledge are really helpful, but it's actually your whole daily life. Every single trigger, every single thing that's you're feeling resistance around. These are the places that Spirit is showing you like a little opportunity to walk through and heal your inner child, old wounds, and be the adult. Show up for yourself and solve it and heal it and transform yourself. So my question to you is, what things are triggering you? And can you find the belief system underneath that's a healable belief system that's maybe a program or something that was taught to you that's not actually the truth? And can you be the adult today? Can you show up for yourself and find a way to alchemize, heal, and transform your experience?